It is Thursday, the 19th of September in 2024. I'm Jay Cleveland Payne, and it's time to have some fun, especially after we just recorded our things you might not have heard thing, and I believe the mic was turned off the whole time, which would be interesting. So let's do this one right. The right settings are in, the right pictures are up, the right camera is there. So let's talk about things you might ought to know for this day and some fun stuff going forward. Birthdays, things in history, and a great celebration for good times. Come on, let's do this. And pictured right there is Mr. James Kimmel. That's wrong. James Fallon. I don't know why I said James Kimmel. Probably because James Kimmel is actually beating James Fallon at the moment, sort of in the ratings. But Jimmy Kimmel, who is celebrating a big one this year, same as I, 50 years old on this September 19th for Mr. Jimmy Fallon. I say Kimmel like 300 times. He needs to stop doing that. This is Fallon, not Kimmel. Different guy, different network, both same issues. Now, Jimmy Fallon is now seeing his show being shrunk as he's doing the Johnny Carson thing, essentially 4 days a week with a rerun on Friday, because Friday's an off day and no one's really watching, which is great. But it's also something that's being said for the industry that is late night television and the old yakkers sitting at a desk talking to famous people. Jimmy Kimmel, that guy, which is why he stuck in my head, said a few weeks back in an article, this thing won't be around in 10 years. It won't happen because everybody's looking for quick hits and TikToks and eating hot wings and stuff. Fallon, who was voted most likely to succeed and, of course, cracked and broke every single character he did on Saturday Night Live, was able to parlay that to great stuff here for the night show, even dealing with the Conan stuff. But we are living on our dreams of Jimmy Fallon and, of course, maybe living vicariously. We're talking a lot about Jimmy, so let's talk about Alison Sweeney, who's 48, and so Soledad O'Brien, who's 58. Miss Soledad on actual TV news, but she is doing documentaries. She is producing lots of great stuff news-wise. And Alison Sweeney, who left Days of Our Lives a couple years back, is doing some acting. I think she's popping up in the Hallmark circuit of here or there. She had a recurring movie thing going for as well. Big fan of Alison Sweeney, and Sammy Brady will always be one of my first loves. Birthdays for those folks on this 19th of September. Let's talk about history for the day. Going back to 1881, President James Garfield died of wounds inflicted by an assassin more than 2 months earlier. Garfield had an assassination attempt, and the old man would not die, literally, and he held on for 2 months, even in 1881 standards for hospitalization and for medical care to try to get through this. A great politician who, of course, was shot before he can actually get anything done. James Garfield dying on this day after wounds suffered 2 months prior. Great actress, great show. Mary Tyler Moore and the Mary Tyler Moore Show debuted this day in 1970. A paragon of civil rights, Mary Tyler Moore was a single woman working on her own, just dating and living and trying to be herself, and had a show named after her, which wasn't crass, which wasn't anything that was, out of the ordinary. But for the 70s, a woman leading a show in a newsroom, just trying to make it after all, seemed like a big deal. These days, not such a big deal, but without Mary Tyler Moore, there'd be a whole lot less of these days here. Mary Tyler Moore show debuted, if you will, on this day in 1970. And in 1982, a simpler time, the first ASCII-based emoticon. Remember they just called them emoticons? Because we had those text-based things. It was posted online. It was the smiley face. It was the colon, it was the, not the dash, but the hyphen, and it was the close parenthesis. It was that. That was the very first emoticon before they became emojis, before they became little pictures and stuff like that, and little poop faces. The first one posted on this day, 1982. Look how far we've come, baby. Let's go to our word for the day, and we're talking about practice. Practice is a customary way of operation or behavior. The practice that you preach, not the practice that, unfortunately, that was complained about by Allen Iverson. Used in a sentence, the practice of holding weekly meetings has improved communication and productivity within the team. Practice, what you do, your practice. How you operate. More about Big Words at the Big Words Project, bigwordsproject.com, and read more Big Words by getting our books, Big Words You Ought to Know. When you buy one of those books, you send $1 of each sale to a kids reading group here in Arkansas. So do some good. Put a little money in my pocket and a little money into some reading groups pockets as well. Let's go to our daily affirmation. Today I radiate beauty, charm, and grace. This one may feel a little touchy-feely woo-woo to you, but hey, it boosts your confidence. It makes you feel good. Affirming that you radiate beauty, charm, and grace boosts your self-confidence by reinforcing a positive self-image. This heightened confidence can improve your interactions and presence in social and professional settings. So if you say, I feel pretty, you'll better out chance of feeling pretty. More about affirmations as well. I wrote a book on this one as well. 100 daily affirmations for positivity and confidence. Search for it on your Amazon Google machines or click the link that's in this presentation. You can go straight to it right there. Celebrate today on this 19th of September. It is once again Talk Like a Pirate Day. So arg. Today is a day to celebrate Talk Like a Pirate Day. Every September 19th, you go out about and say ahoy, matey, and I vast, and aye, captain, land ho, and hornpipe, and scabbard, and talk like a pirate. Because it's fun. Because it's fun. Just have some fun today. Throw out some pirate phases. Do some things. Walk with an eye patch. Pretending you have a parrot on your shoulder because it is fun. Have a little bit of a fun on this 19th. And if you don't want to have fun, have some butterscotch pudding because it's also Butterscotch Pudding Day. Have something tasty. Eat butterscotch pudding as you talk like a pirate. Why don't you try that? We ask you to like, share, and subscribe our works here. Today may not be some one of our stellar days, but hey, we can get better. We will do better. Like it today, we'll do better tomorrow. How about that? Share what we're doing to other folks so more people see how we're doing. And maybe you think we're doing terrible and want to laugh at us. We take that as well. Subscribe to our works so that you get more of them directly into your feed so you don't miss out on a moment, even the ones that aren't quite as great as this one is today. And that's it. That's it for this Thursday, September 19th. Thank you so much for being a part of the show, being a part of the second show. If you're looking for the news headlines, chances are they didn't get played because I think we didn't have audio in them. We'll find out once we check the feeds. We do them back to back. So we'll find out whether we actually have news headlines as well. But the news headlines comes down to you live on Facebook, on X, and on YouTube about 6:15, 6:20-ish every single day. That's basically when you get in and go in there. And then this comes down about 6:25, 6:30 as a follow-up. So it's separate. If you like it separate, let us know. If you want to put them back together, let us know. We'll take your input going forward. In the meantime, love you so much. We'll be back for the Friday edition. We'll see how great Friday is. After Thursday and Wednesday, the bar is set pretty low. But I think we will reach the bar and exceed it, or we may play limbo for Friday. We will find out come tomorrow. But come tomorrow so we can see how we play this thing out.